Why are we going to Home Bargains?
Well, potentially they have vital race car setup equipment on sale today. This is either a genius solution or a complete failure. All will become clear.
So what's this equipment then?
Cool. We just grabbed a notepad and pen. We need those, but we also need 4 of these.
Scales?
It'll all become clear, but if this works, we've saved us £1,000 at least.
It's 2 litres.
I wonder what he's up to.
Final cost. That is £21.84.
It's brilliant. I just got a feeling this is going to work. So we've got a few things we need to address before we can go racing. First being, we're going to clean it out because it's full of old mud. Then we've got to check the belts fit, and we might need to, I'm probably going to need to adjust those. After that, we're going to take this seat out, and then behind the seat on the floor there is a massive lump of ballast. I don't think Leighton's going to need that. After we've done that, we're going to get it in the workshop, hopefully on the flat pad, and then we need to have a look at this suspension, especially on the front. I think it's set up too soft. Problem being, when Leighton gets in the car, the suspension bottoms out. You see the wishbones go upwards an angle, and then what happens is the car goes massively toe in at the same time. I don't think that's correct. The issue being, I know how to set a Formula Ford up and a single seater. We're pretty well versed with that. We have got no clue how to set up an autograss car. So we're going to measure as it is now, see where it is, take that down, and then we're going to try and set it up to what we think will work. And then we're going to arrive at the first race and realise we've completely messed it up, and then we'll set it up to what it actually needs. That's the plan. Right. Best way of getting that dirt out is probably airline. It's going to be dusty and horrible, but it's better than trying to wash it out. Safety squints. Go on in. Hit it. You want to almost bury it in the dirt using that. Pebble dash. Right, that's looking a little bit better. Good work, Leighton. Still got your eyes, no dust?
Nope.
Brilliant. So, next job now, we're just going to pop Leighton in, see if the belts fit and how much we need to adjust them, and then after that we can get taking that seat out of the way. So the first problem with the belts we found, this is a lever type system, and there's some little ball bearings in there. See, they're all rusty, they're seized into place, so they should lock that lever down into place, but it's really loose, so they could actually come undone. Sure, we ain't racing with those. We'll see if we can get those freed up, and if not, we're purchasing new belts. Safety first. All right, we've got them adjusted up, so sitting middle of his belly where they should be. These are tight. He's only in a t-shirt today, so we've got to allow for a race suit. They're ratcheted down. We tightened up the crotch belt. Everything's sitted where we want it. That's looking loads better. So, belt's done. Happy?
Yep.
Comfy?
Definitely.
He's even got himself a racing haircut. Check it out. Look at that. Nice. All right, next job, we'll get this seat out of the way. Got Leighton on the tools. Your race car, you learn how to spin spanners. Right, clean up the mud, and then we can see what's going on in here. Super! Right, grind that flipping lumber lead out and steel. We can use that for something else. How heavy do you think that lump of steel is? Kilos.
7 kilos.
7 kilos. Okay. I'm going to say 10 kilos.
We'll see who wins.
We always win. Just depends how aggressive we have to be. That's a lump. I wish that was gold.
Okay, that's not 7 kilos. That's I'd say that's about 15, 12.
Ooh, Harry, we've got some bits of steel plate for you.
Lovely.
Should we make use of them?
I would say we'll make use of them, all right.
Nice and clean. Well, cleanish.
Cleaner. We can do the rest when it's dry, but we've got the worst of it out. We can actually see the fall now. Pedals got a bit of shine to them again. Happy days. Right, we'll start bolting it back together and then we can get on to the next job. Right, so this panel's riv nutted in place, but one of the riv nuts was missing, so we'll fix that while we're here. And if you haven't done so already, if you look on my channel, one of our best performing videos is on how to put riv nuts in without this tool, and that will help you out when you're in a bind. But right, with this tool, just screw your riv nut on the end and pull. Sorted. Easy as that. Easy with my way. So years ago, me and Harry built this flat pad in the workshop, so you can just see the outline of it there. We made this for the Formula Fords, so this patch of concrete is fairly well flat. Well, it was when we made it. It's the flattest thing we got to try and get some measurements off this autograss car and set it up. That's the plan. So, Leighton, go bring your car in. Sits in it. It goes really low at the front there. The arms are completely the wrong angle, and then see how it goes toe in.
You want it backwards or front?
Probably forward, so take it around and turn it around. So I'm stood here in the workshop waiting for him. I said just take it around there, turn it around and come back. And he's hooning. He's gone hooning around the garden. Oh, here he comes. Boys in their cars. I would have done the same. Don't tell me that. So on the front shock, I just measured from the base of the shock up to the spring seat, and it's got more preload. We've got 107, so that has got more preload on it, and 87 on the left. So it's actually got less preload on this side, which doesn't make sense to me. So I think what we'll do, we'll just bump them up to probably like 137 both sides, and then see what that does for the ride height. Hopefully a bit more preload on it. We'll just get the nose up in the air a bit more, and then we can figure out the alignment. The alignment's going to be more important at the moment than figuring out the preload and the corner weights. Alright, wound a load of preload on, I've taken it up to 120, so not as far as I said, but far enough. Somewhere near to where I think it should want to sit, which is arms just a little above straight, so a little above vertical. Give it a bounce, I'll bounce up and down it. They're looking a bit better. We'll start with that. Right, so next thing is to get the tracking sorted. The guy I bought it off just said run them straight, so that's easy enough, I think. Parallel's got to be a good place to start with. Obviously, if any of you are autograss professionals and you know what you're doing with these, then by all means feel free to stick a comment down below and let me know. But this will do. I think if we just get it straight in front, that'll do us for our first race meeting. I'm sure we'll meet a load of people in the paddock who will happily give us some advice, good and bad. Right, let's get on.
Car on all four wheels.
Ah, yeah, figured it. These are redneck corner weights. I don't know. If it works, it works. I've done it with karting before. This is pushing their limits, but we'll give it a go. I haven't got a set of corner weights. That's the only thing I'm missing. So we'll just get a rough idea of where we are. Then it won't be far out. Won't be perfect, but it'll be good enough for the girls I date. Thought it'd be genius. Off the break. All we're getting is a error message. I think we're just a bit too over their capacity on the rears. The fronts work. So you've got 78.2. That was 96.9. So the weights are way out. But we can't measure the rears, so sucks. It was a good idea, it was worth a shot. So we had a failure. We exceeded the capacity of the rear scales. It's no drama. This is still a good idea. I just cheaped out on it a bit. I think 20 quid was for 4 scales. £4.99 each was pushing the limit. So what I've done, I've ordered some higher capacity scales for the rear. We're going to pick them up tonight. I'm still going through with this. This is not defeat. We're going to make this happen. I will set this car up with bathroom scales. So let's go pick them up. Let's see if it works. All right, we've picked up these beasts. 2 of Bua. They are 200 kilo capacity. So they should do the job. So we've got a car in, had a bit of a mission. Flat battery. We've got it going, we're back on form. So let's get it all set up again and see if this will work. And the corner weight scales will give us a reading. Check out those beasts, look at that, glass top. Beautiful, they're like 5 times the weight of the cheap ones. So just... Ow. How can I buy a set of scales for £4.99 and these are £25 and they don't give you batteries? Make me understand. Hold on, disaster averted. I did a man look. I'll take it all back. Supplied. Right, we'll go. Okay, weight check. Faulty, clearly. Weight check. Okay, a little higher. Within specs. I was just breathing in on the first one. All right, so here is the technical setup. So we're on the flat, look, was once flat floor, probably not quite so flat now. Flattest piece we've got in the workshop at the moment. We've got the car up on scaffold bolts and assorted bits of wood that I can find, and then we can roll it forward gently onto the scales, and then we've got to run round quickly because they only show the weight for so long. And we should get some idea of what it weighs, and even each corner, and then we can just roll it back and forward on and off the wood until we're happy. Oh, we have weightage. Right, 65.9, 75.6, 154.7. Ah, fail. $157.5. Genius. So we've got 80, 61.3, 154.3, 159.1. If you add them together, we'll get total weight-ish, roughly. It's not exact, but it's close enough. So, according to my calculations, the car weighs about 454.7. So, we're lating in, I think we are 3 or 4 kilos overweight. Minimum weight is 525, so we should be bang on. And we've removed 17 kilos from inside the car. So I thought we were going to be okay, and it looks like we're going to be okay. As far as setup goes, I'm not going to worry too much at the moment, because in the time it took me to go and find the new scales and the days in between, some parts have arrived. I've ordered some new track rods, inners and adjusters, so we can get rid of these rather bent ones. Some plan is now we're going to get that done this weekend, and I'm going to get him out driving, and then we'll worry about final setup next week. I'm glad my little theory worked, my little exercise. If you liked it, please do remember to like, subscribe and ring the bell, and we'll see you again next time. This is Smoking Still Garage. We're just getting started.